here, right, b6 is going to be very important. Okay, so they did that too. So taking the center, I think I might start with this, actually, because it is the center, and it does open a diagonal for my bishop. And then where am I going to want a castle? Could be either way. I mean, we got a lot of pieces located on the king's side. But e5, okay, so they did that. And let's just bring our pieces out. Maybe bishop c5 would have been a good move. And it's actually a good move for them. Okay, they're targeting here. Yeah, bishop c5 would have been a much better move than what I just did. That's okay. I'll just have to defend it a little passively. Yeah, this is a problem. So we might have to play bishop e7 and long castle and short castle rather to deal with this issue. There we go. So that's defended. Now the only issue is Mrs. Queen. They're gonna like fishing pole their knight or something over there. Let's get our bishop out. Okay, I'll play h6. I don't want that. That would really jam me in. Now we got this pawn. So I think things are going well. We coordinated here. We got our king safe. And queen h7, she can sneak out. And forming a big light square X across the middle of the board. With a solid pawn structure to boot. Pressure on f2. But yeah, I think queen h7 is my next move. But in general, I'm just trying to make useful moves. I'm just trying to continuously improve my pieces in a logical manner. Okay, knight g3 now makes a lot of sense. Minimum trade it. Queen's got to stay here. h5 is also hanging. I can take and push. Take, push. Or just grab this. But then knight f5, probably, yeah, actually very annoying. Double attack. So, in that case, yeah, let's take. And knight f5 is something they want to do. e4 seems annoying. But e4 seems like maybe it frees this. So I'm actually just going to get rid of this. It's a pretty good knight. It wants to come here. Just going to get rid of some bothersome pieces because I'm ahead nonetheless. And let's bring our guys out. So something now I'd like is to attack their king. e4, again, I feels like it frees this a little bit. So let's hit him with c5, c4. Makes a lot of sense now. Hit the knight. And we can get our rooks cracking. And I feel like I've done a good job limiting their ideas. I've limited h5, h6. I've limited the knight coming here. And this bishop hasn't done anything because of this solid pawn structure that I've kept. So they're getting the knight out of harm's way prematurely. And they're looking for knight e4. I could play f5 to take that away as well. I could just get started with c4. Why not? Yeah, actually, that is why not. So I think this is a good idea because it also stops my queen. They're going knight g4. I don't think that was as good of an idea. So takes f5. I can play with tempo now if I want. Rook. I could have gone rook f, but I feel like you were also doing nothing. So we were threatening mate there. Pawn now comes here. All right, time to zigzag our queen to a little bit more active post. Queen e6 also defends this pawn against knight takes. Again, we really got to watch out for coordination here. Now I can take b3, which feels more important than this. Because now you got both these things hanging. Otherwise, I would have played king h7 first. The other thing I was looking to do was just stack these up, because this rook was doing nothing. But after something like rook e2, I'm just going to go... Should I go king takes? I was probably just going to go pawn takes. And this feels good. Pawn takes. And we got some pressure here on c2. I'm going to stack it up. It's hard for the king to get out of the way or for any interference to happen on this pin. They want this check. Yeah, you know what? Let's just trade because I'm up a piece. I don't want you doing anything to my king. I'm happy to just trade. They don't want to trade. All right, let's play rook c5, defending this, and bring our other rook into the game. Here we go. f4, I have knight d5, which is a good resource. And we also have pressure here. For example, queen a2. Oh, knight d5 now. Yeah, they wanted to free the rook's defense here, but they kind of blocked their bishop. f4, I think, was something to try at a lot of points throughout this game. Okay, I'll take it. Queen takes e6, I can throw knight takes e2. Knight takes e2 check, and then I'll recapture. Even here, I'll throw that in. Trade, trade, trade. Okay, good. Alright, well, you trusted I could do that with 12 seconds. I think I could. But, okay, that was actually a quality game. That was actually a quality Chess960 game there. I think we did a good job in the opening, just getting our guys out. And my opponent really went for my king, but we managed to keep Mr. King safe. Alright, let's do another berserk here, and let's think about this. So, bishop's over here. Always got to look at the bishops first. So, d4 makes the most sense, definitely, because it's a central pawn move and opens them up. I'm going to want d4 and c4, probably. Are there anything... Oh, so c4 immediately makes that hang. So that might make a lot of sense. Yeah, my opponent spotted it, but now I get both these bishops open. So they're trying the same thing. I'm not going to hang that either. Okay, this. And let's... Should I play e3 or e4 even? Let's play c5. I think this makes a lot of sense. Just counterattack. And now... Okay, they want that f4 square. It feels like not the end of the world to give up. Let's just play knight b3 while I think about things, because that's a useful move no matter what. Alright, seems pretty conservative. Alright, I'm not going to let that knight stay there the rest of the game. f4 is not even an outpost, and I feel like we got a good center here, and maybe we can hit d5, d6. It's kind of compelling, honestly. Kind of compelling. But something I want to do is make sure I'm ready for castling. Actually, yeah, let's hit him with d5. Why not? All right, we're going to strike. We're both in the middle, but let's go for this. d5 and maybe d6 at some moment, and let's hit that king. He doesn't seem close to castling. He's got to move either his queen or his bishop, which are not close to moving at all. So I was thinking, like, how do I arrange my pieces? Where is my king going to be safe? Should I go that way or that way? But I want to get them. I want to get you. Okay. I'm going to go take... So they're trying to arrange a castle out this way. So I'm going to get rid of your rook. And we can continue to trade and maybe put some pressure here with like something like queen c4. You can just play bishop d7. So maybe I should play knight d4. Knight d4 is kind of compelling. I'll go queen c4. Pressure here. And knight d4. Everything my opponent's doing is very logical, but now I can castle immediately, and they can't. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm trying to really hit them quick. Same idea as in regular chess. Knight e5 and knight d3 doesn't quite work, although knight e5 I think is still a good move, yeah. That was still a good move. I think they're doing everything right, honestly. Let's... they have knight d3 check. I gotta watch out for it. So, okay. Let's come back. We're still targeting this knight. You now should retreat, and then I can play f4. Then I can play f4. That's good. I think our bishops are doing a great job operating here. There's no knight d3 check. Rook was guarding this. Everybody's doing well. It's tough because my opponent played quite logically, but I think they played just like a little bit slow in the beginning. Like they had to play bishop c7, and then they had to play bishop d8. And just my pieces have now just a bit more space. And their issue now is that they're going to be driven backwards. Knights here and f4. So they might have to try g5, in which case they won't have any safe haven for their king. But, I mean, g5 is quite logical, honestly. Because it is kind of maybe hitting where my king wants to be. How would I respond to g5? Okay, but they did that. g5, I was probably just going to go here and maybe attack that. Now this feels good. Now this feels like I'm driving them back. And I can grab c6, and these pawns are flowing. They're flowing. Yeah, bishop's just doing a great job supporting everything here. And no reason I can't just take this. And that would be an annoying capture, so it's better than maybe just a regular pawn. And, okay, so now that's a target. This is a target as well, of course, though. So, maybe knight a5. I like that. I have knight takes e7, but I don't want to free that. So I like here knight a5. Because if bishop takes f4, this is hanging. And then now if you takes, and that's a great trade for me. My queen continues to cause issues. Their queen is... They have not had the time to just play here and castle their king. Right? So I've been striking at them ever since I played this very aggressive move. Well, e4 to chase the knight, and then d5, and then I traded. And it's not even like I had to be careful about it, and the reason I was hesitant to do it is because typically you want to do these things if your king is like totally out of the way, right? Then, okay, blow up in the center, anything can happen. Here I have to be like a little more careful, because I didn't... If I castled, then they would have also had time to castle. But it's because my pieces are better, and because I control squares like d3, like remember, like if the knights could have made that check or something, and f4, it's because I control these squares that they can't do anything to my king. So knight a5 here I think is a really important move. Otherwise bishop c7, the threat on f4 could have been annoying. Could have had to play like f5 and then handed them this square. But knight a5 I think is pretty nasty. I like this a lot. Oh, now this is just hanging. That was not a good choice. Oh, they have queen b4 check. So, no, but they're just getting a little desperate here. Queen b4 check, bishop d2. They just really wanted their queen out at that point. They got so frustrated. They got very frustrated about not being able to bring her out. Let's play takes b7. Now if you take b1, king f2 will attack your queen and threaten mate. And I think that's the ball game. Threatening checkmate here. And no checks on my king. So they finally got e6 in to bring their queen out, but did not get to castle in time. And they will get checkmated on d8 or lose their queen. But that was a very interesting game. I think these past two have been good. I think our king has been relatively untouched in these two, and all our pieces have been playing. We've managed to find ways to get them out, and it's because of we've gotten quick starts. We've gotten quick starts by controlling the middle well. All right, they're going to play this out, but I think we're looking pretty good here. Play f6 seems annoying. I'm a bit surprised we're playing this out. But let's try and put a lot of pressure on these dark squares. Trade off for that knight. I have all the resources in the world here. I'm up a lot of stuff. So we were able to trade off for this knight because of my mate threat here. Just getting rid of him. Looks good. Okay. Wow, run. Alright, GG. Okay, we're rolling in this arena. I think we figured this out. Alright, oh, there's a big boy here who's won 5 in a row. I want to crack at him. Is this berserkable? Maybe not, maybe not. Oh, he berserked. Okay. Have to respect that. Have to respect that. Alright, let's spend a moment thinking about this. I think c4 is my first move. To open up my diagonals. And I want like b3. Okay, so they, I guess, evidently agreed. Let's bring these out and let's see what's cracking. Gotta play b3, gotta open this. Wow, they're just copying my ideas. Alright, let's make this uncopyable. Let's play d4, opening this. So now we've got both bishops working well. Let's play knight takes d4. Queen takes would have just given a tempo to him. And I think bishop c3 here makes a lot of sense. f3, e4 makes some sense. They want to play d5 next, I guess. I guess that's pretty evident. So, let's play knight e3. Fighting against this. So they're not able to make that move. And now maybe bishop c3. And now maybe we got some pressure this way. So this is also a weak point. Yeah, this seems... I mean, I'm not really calculating here, but this seems good. Like I got the knight hitting dark squares, and I got my queen hitting dark squares. So this seems like a very good start, and already I'm thinking about things like knight takes g7. King takes, knight f5 check. Oh my goodness, this might be like the sickest 960 tactic of all time. Takes, check. Oh, this is winning. Guys, look at all look at all this. Look at all this. Look at my pieces so ready to just get them. Let's go. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What? What? Where are they? Where did I put them? Where did I put them? Where did I put them? That's okay. Knight takes G7 was so sick. King takes. Oh. I put them in a pretty obvious spot. Let's get the Gambit glasses on. What a sacrifice. Takes. This just wins. This just wins. I'm like, oh, I also have this light square bishop. I don't even think I really needed it. I guess King G6 wasn't an option here because this light square bishop was just smoking down there as well. Look at them. Just both diagonals. We got both these bishops out so quickly. C3, B1. Only this position could get me that. Now takes, queen takes. This isn't even close. He's not even close to defending this. I'll give you 2 moves in this position, and you cannot stop my mate threats. Wow. Wow. And that was against a pretty strong opponent, too. Number 4 in the arena, 2060 in Chess960. This guy's 25-30 in bullet. But yeah, oh, nice game. Nice game. So C4, C5, B, and we bring this out. B3. So we're both doing some normal stuff here. D4, I like this, because so if I go D3, then I block this. But D4, we're taking a lot of space. And then what I'm trying to do here with knight E3, so I'm watching G2. I'm fighting against D5, which is a break in the center I don't really like. We're just getting all our pieces out here. And next move is bishop C3, after you've blocked your dark square bishop. I'm just playing queen D7, la-di-da-di-da. But here comes the Kasparov knight. The Kasparov knight, the knight on F5 against the standard castle of a knight on F6 and here, right? A standard castle is pretty safe, but it does have a couple of weaknesses, which is that pawn. And it's tough to hit, other than knights on F5 do a great job at it. Coupled with this, and we've got some very, very serious threats here. Not obvious what black should do. This is already a plus 2.2 position. Black just needed to go E5, which is the very uncomfortable move to play a little anti-positional, and maybe I just put some pressure on that file. But here my opponent plays knight c6, double question mark, because takes. Okay, this is plus 3.7. This was even better. Takes, e takes, and then sacrifice. Oh, okay, because black's only defense here was king g6, which at minimum loses the queen. So it was just basically a difference between losing the queen and losing the king. But yeah, takes, check, and we just smoked him. We smoked him. These pieces were not ready to defend. Knight on F5. Hit those dark squares against the castle like that. Got him. Thank you, thank you. That was such a good one. You got him right out of the opening there. Pieces just did a great job so quickly. All right, wait. We really got to catch this guy. All right. Got a berserk, and then we'll think about it. So G6 is probably what we're doing right off the bat. B6 is not what we're doing, because this seems not a good thing to open up. So developing the queen will probably be a tricky matter. But G6 and D5. D5 is tough because there's no way to defend that. I'm going to play G6 as well. But yeah, there's no way to defend this. So my pawn will probably just go to D6 to open you. And then maybe I will propose a trade on the C6 square. Oh, but they just cut that off, which I don't think was a good choice. So now let's bring you into the game with an 86. That's where you had to go anyway. I never wanted to play E5 and cut this. I don't think I wanted to do that. Next, oh, the other thing I want to do is I want to go B6 and bishop B7 while I can, because this is interrupted, right? So B6, even if E5, I'll just go bishop B7. Oh, this seems... No, okay, they have an 83, so they can defend it. But, okay, I'll play B6 here. Okay, so C7 might be a little tricky to defend. And I do recognize by choosing this square for the knight, I'm probably not going to be able to castle this way so quickly. But who needs center pawns? I just need these guys out right now. I just need these guys out. And yeah, and bishop b7 next, and maybe I'll hit him with f5. But yeah, I thought this would be a better target, but knight e3 for them is pretty natural. Let's go bishop b7 here. Knight d5, I can just play c6 with my knight eyeing the c7 square. Knight d5, c6, and then I can play c5 at some moment if I need. This seems like a good square, though. Ooh, baby. Should I play f5? f5, they have d3, so they're okay for the time being. Maybe f5, though. So we got pressure here. d3, and I wanted to bring this knight this way. I think we're looking at a long castle here because this is a king I want to attack. f4, maybe I should have done that. But yeah, I didn't want to bring it out this way because I didn't want to interrupt this, right? As soon as I interrupt that, they can like take on f5 or something. But I think we're in a good spot here. Oh, the other option I had, I probably should have taken this, was just trade and taken on e4 and just won this pawn. That seemed good, especially if I didn't need this dark square bishop to keep my king safe. So yeah, that just seems like a good trade and seems like I should have used both my diagonals that I had. Oh, but now they just walked into this pin, so let's just take this. And, well, so now if I trade, I bring their queen in. If I take, bishop takes e4, takes, I can't really play like that, utilizing the pin so well. But I can play knight d6, knight g5. Knight fg5. Oh, that's a good move, actually. That is a very good move, because then knight h3 check, I can force them to step in front like that. That's a very good move, even though I had just e takes d3 there and making this trade. Yeah, diagonals are doing a great job. This diagonal caused them to play b3, bishop b2, and kind of lose this. But now, so the issue they have is takes, and what I want was check, king g2, takes, I can play king takes h3? No, but then knight g5, king comes out? You gotta figure I'm checkmating there, right? Here, king g2, knight f4, takes, knight takes. It's so unnecessary. But it might work. Okay, I'll just do this. Take. Okay, wait. Check, king g2. Bishop takes e4. They could just play f3, which kind of ruins the fun. They do have some crazy lines there. Okay, I'll just play bishop takes e4 here. And queen takes. Because at this point, I think their light squares are just toasted, and there's no reason to get so cute. But the interesting line, so is check, king g2, and knight f4 check. Takes, takes. And then... Okay, this I just have enough attackers here, right? So we can land either way here. Do I want to land with the knight? Yeah, I think I want to land with the knight. So we'll trade that. I want to land with the knight. So trade with the bishop. Yeah, knight h3 was always a fun move just to kind of block that for a second, but it was close to working. It might have worked. This, I think, was certainly a safer way to play. But yeah, when I land with the knight here, their issue is that if they go here, they step in the path this way. If they go to f2, what I'm probably just going to do there is just take h2, hit the rook, bring this rook to f8, and I think all the pieces now are working together in harmony. I think I've done a good job getting the hang of 960 because it's about those diagonals quick, right? Here I had these diagonals. In that other game where I trapped their king in the middle really quickly, these diagonals were very important. The bishops did a great job. I mean, like the knights and the queen were the heroes, but the bishops were doing an excellent job controlling those squares. And then, of course, last game with the sacrifices was all bishops. So what do we want here? Rook f8, mayhaps? I think maybe just long castles makes sense. So if I trade knight h3, I mean, they can hang on. But I can kind of just keep them in this very uncomfortable state, I think, for a minute. Maybe while I castle and double on the f-file. But I don't have, like, a knockout here. I don't have a knockout. But I'm fine just keeping them in limbo. And there's really nothing they can do to me. Oh, yeah, I don't think they should have taken. No, you don't want to step here, and you don't want to step here. But you got to step on one of them. So, yeah, not fun for white here. Let's take this. I think I had better... But yeah, my queen has no invasion spots, unfortunately, for her. I think I had better than this, but it's okay. Let's castle. And rooks will do a good job. Trade. Go, rooks, go. Knight defends. And this queen hasn't even moved all game, but has done so much damage that I think we're good. Knight will come here. She's done a lot of damage. Mrs. Queen. I have to defend this awkwardly. Just in case they attack me. But let's just roll with these pawns. I think. Oh! Okay. Anyway. Alright, that was a good one there. Okay, we gotta catch this guy. I want to get a crack at him, but he's playing right now. Wow. An absolute buzzsaw. Oh, he beat me earlier in this arena. Okay. Well, before I got the hang of these. Alright, I think we're showing some good 960 strats. I think we're showing some solid 960 strats. I feel good about this. I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, you open up those diagonals. Like, if your bishop starts in, like, the very corner of the board, h1, a1, whatever, and then you play b3, like, it's already cooking. Whereas in real chess, you know, so you need e4, you need bishop c4, and it's like, okay, maybe they can block that diagonal, you know? So if you can cook quick, then I think that's very important.
William Grave, the Gambit man, takes his seat at the board. e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. The Bushcast Gambit on the board. On with the Gambit classes. Hero pawn unlocked.